Mm. $44, $75, $75. I think it's $74, $74 is the more correct. A party of 4. Happy Cat Lady is raiding with a party of 4. Thank you very much, Happy Cat Lady. Appreciate the raid. Welcome. Welcome all of you. If you are joining from the raid, we are on Train Sim World 4. I'm doing a Livery Editor tutorial. So some of the community that I'm in have specifically asked, evening, Happy Cat Lady, thank you for raiding and the first time chat and everything as well. I really appreciate it, thank you. So we're doing a Livery Editor tutorial for Train Sim World 4. A lot of the community that I'm in have asked, how do you make all the really cool liveries that you come up with? How do you work with shapes to create the custom liveries, the real world liveries that exist within Creators Club, and that you've used on your streams? So tonight is all about that and how we create a livery. Right now, I'm playing around with some shapes and colours and just hopefully we'll end up with an intercity class 43 livery. But we'll see where we go with it. It could end up being something else. But we'll see. First of all, you need to find your image or images that enable you to, your reference image really, and then sort of start working with that. So right now, I'm working on the front yellow cab ends for this class 43. And as you can see, I've manipulated a semicircle so far into the shape that we need on the front. And then what I need to do is I need to copy that and put that on the other side. Now I'm trying to remember. I haven't used Livery Editor for a little while, so I'm trying to remember how to take the shape. Decal options. Mirror. There we go. And then I need to rotate it around so that we are... so it needs to just sort of be just shy of the edge of that light fixing. That doesn't look like... it almost doesn't look like the shape is the same, but it is. Oh, we can make a nice little heart, but we're not going to do that. Let's put that... it actually needs to rotate just a little bit more. That looks about right. We can always tweak it again. Oh, try not to mirror it itself. So don't mirror it and then mirror it back again, because that's just confusing it. Classic line from Doctor Who about reversing the polarities and reversing them back again. Right. So then in the middle, we want a sort of square-ish shape that we can stretch out, manipulate. So we want... we'll go with that for now. We're not going to worry too much about it extending up past the top of the lights there, because we are going to put another shape over the top. Stretch that. It's a little bit problematic. We might have to use 2 of them. Because I don't want it to extend out past that side, you see. I want it to... that's slightly annoying. One of the little niggles that happened with some of these. It's working with those limitations. Let's have a look and see how we can do this. Let's just put a small rectangle up here for now. So I want it to sort of intersect that curve. Just a little bit. Like so. Round about there. Does that look right? Yeah, that's about right. I'm not going to worry about it too much for now. And it does seem like creating a lot of shapes just for one shape at the front. But the point is that you've got enough shapes now within Livery Editor to do this sort of thing. Just having tea will join after. Okay. One of my mods is just having tea and will join us shortly. So there's that. Good evening, Dougie. Thanks for joining the stream, mate. Appreciate it. And to all the raiders as well who stuck around. Appreciate you as well. So let's. So what we need to do now, decal options. We will. No, not that. That's it. Like I say, it's been a little while since I've done this, so I'm trying to remember how we do it. There we go. That just needs to be about there. That looks about. I don't know actually. Let's rotate the camera that way a little bit. That looks about right. I don't know. Let's just move it along a little bit more. It's that shape there at the bottom, the other shape. So it's this one. Just needs to nudge across to there a bit more, like that. That looks about right. Right, and then we just need, and then we can start seeing now, right, okay, we need some kind of trapezoid shape to stick in the middle. So we add new, we find that shape, which is down here, and then we can rotate the shape. No. Try again. We can move the shape, we can rotate the shape, and manipulate that into where we want it. We don't have to be too precise with this shape, because obviously once we change the color to the right color, it'll all blend anyway. So just tweak that there. That looks all right. Change color. We've already got our correct yellow ends. There we go. Right. And now what we need is look at our reference again. Reference images. And so that's telling us we need to put a black banner thing across that. So a black sort of circular ended rectangle across where the lights are there. We also need to think about the fact that the bottom part of the logo is white. So you think you can hide from me, Jason? See you lurking. Thanks for joining. Yeah, thanks for coming along. Jason is now here. So we are looking for this sort of rectangular shape with rounded ends. I don't know what you call it. There's probably a proper name for it. I can't think at the moment. My brain's having one of those moments. Somebody asked Google or something what a circular ended rectangle is. Why can't I find it? Alright. That's it. Right, shape. It's not going to tell me, is it? That. I would call that a pill-shaped object, but I don't think that's the correct name for it. I should know the name for it. I don't. I'm trying that challenge you did from. Okay, thanks. Right.
Just a rounded rectangle.
It's a rounded rectangle, is it? Is that what Google says?
Yep.
Okay, so Tash says that it's called a rounded rectangle.
It's a rectangle with like
Picky Boo, hi Geek, how are you, matey? I'm good, Techno, thanks for joining, mate. Appreciate it. We're doing all right. Right, so change colour. We want that to be black. It seems like there's a lot of black going on at the moment.
Normal rectangles can appear in 3D, whereas rounded edged rectangles cannot.
What?
Normal rectangles can appear three-dimensional, whereas rounded or curved edged ones.
I didn't need that information. I just needed to know what a rounded Rounded triangle, rectangle shape. God, too many shapes. Yeah, that what you said. Right, so this actually extends like that. And this shape actually extends out a bit more there. And then this one extends out a little bit more that way. So just looking at the reference image, so we need to just nudge that over there a little bit more. And then extend that one out a little bit more past there. A bit more about there. Yep. And then we'll go back and we'll extend that a bit more around the edge. Like so. And then I'll just nudge that over to cover the little bits that I've done, like that. It's good to hear my ankle has improved with no pain. It went 2 days after it started. Oh, that's good. Good to hear that. Yeah, I do remember you mentioning your ankle. So now we copy that shape. We move this shape along to here. We don't need to worry about the middle bit because obviously there's a grill there, so I'm not going to worry too much about that. I'll just tweak that ever so slightly. We'll make that a bit bigger and drop that down. And then this one, oh, just need to drop down again to about there, like so. There we are. Right. So before I do much more, so that's the yellow end already underway. That's looking all right. And what we need to do, looking like, yeah, I'm happy with that. What we need to do before we go too much further is we need to put the white shape underneath. So what we do is I'm just going to pick one side. I'm going to work with this side. Up. I tend to do this a lot. I tend to just choose this side and start working with it and then transfer all the shapes across. Just eating tea. What did I miss? Not a lot. We're just doing a Great Western Railways Class 43, but we're taking it from the Great Western Express Class 43 that recently, I say recently, it's a little while ago now, joined the Livery Editor. And so what we're doing is we're taking that and taking it from being the GWR green and essentially painting the front loco as an intercity coach. And then what I might do is the actual coaches in the middle there that are currently white, we will either make them intercity or we'll make them GWR green or we'll make them FGW blue. We'll see how we get on. So we'll work on the loco for the minute and we'll get that looking like an intercity loco. So the reference image I've got in front of me is an intercity coloured Class 43 with the old FGW dynamic lines livery coaches. So we'll work with that and see how we get on. What I need to do now, before I go too much further, is put the white sort of banner bit across the bottom. So you'll start to see it all pull together in a minute. Oh, we've got some images. Oh, the penguin. Oh, I like penguins. That's cool. I finally got used to driving on OMSI. I've been driving on the Lincolnshire map, brilliant map, especially since it's around a 2-hour drive from Lincoln bus station to Gainsborough, bus station to the final destination of Scunthorpe bus station. It's really fun. Yep, okay. I don't have OMSI because it's a PC game, so as a console gamer, not a game I've looked at. But I have been playing a lot of Fernbus recently. I've particularly with Fernbus, what I found it on the Steam store, the Steam community pages. I was looking for a full in-game map, so to show all the different destinations and things, because I was trying to find real-world locations to drive to. So particularly the bridge in France, the world's highest bridge. And the only reason for that is that I was watching an episode of Classic Top Gear, and they mentioned it. And I thought, I'd love to drive over that. I wonder if it's in Fernbus. I know it's not in On the Road. It doesn't go there. But it might be in Fernbus. Looked it up, drove across it. Brilliant. So then from that, what I did was downloaded a full list of all the current. No, might do from next month. Yeah, you're getting a PC, so you can. Not looked at OMSI. If it ever comes to console, then certainly I'd have a look at it. But I'm not in the market for a PC just yet. I have been starting to think about a laptop for streaming and things like that, but certainly, I don't know. I'll have to have a look at it. But it will be after our summer holiday, probably. Anyway, I downloaded this list of all of the Fernbus, Flixbus routes. And I'm slowly sort of adding them to the Fernbus simulator game and driving them and just having a go and sort of getting back into that. For all of its technical issues that Fernbus has, it's still a very good game. It's definitely up there among some of the better driving games on the Xbox. And we don't have very many driving sims, so it's a very small market to pick from. But we have that, and it works. Right, let's get back to this. So I don't want image, I want shape. We'll go with the rectangle or the square again, and we'll stretch it out. And we'll just extend it all the way across the front. Now, we don't want to go too far back, because what I found on this reference image is that just where this grill is where it sort of changes from a sort of white or an off-white to a sort of light sort of brownish grey colour at the back, which is what Intercity had. So we want to roll with that. I'm just going to move the camera out. We also need to put this layer to move where this layer is. So we need to move this layer up to there. So it's now the bottom. So it's at the top of the list, but it's the bottom layer, which is confusing, but that's Dovetail's logic for you. And then we need to edit it. We just need it's a bit too white at the moment. I'm usually, those not familiar with Livery Editor, shape 54 square will be your best friend. Oh yeah, definitely. So it's not quite as white as it's looking there. So we need to just adjust that and bring it sort of an off. If we go for like a yellow here, we go there, then here we can take it down a touch. It's not quite a grey, but it's not quite a white. It's somewhere around about there. I think maybe a bit lighter. It is the problem. We can spend a lot of time trying to work out the best colour. So let's do that. That looks all right. Like I say, we can tweak it as we go. One thing that does annoy me is the pixelation that happens. That's looking awful. From a distance, it looks all right. So we'll take that to about there. Now, what we need to do is we need to project this all the way around the train and through the other side. So essentially, what we're doing is we're printing that on both sides of the train. So there it is. So that's that. Let's look at the reference image again. Let's snooze the adverts. Oh, I haven't got a snooze. Okay, so we have got an advert starting shortly. Apologies for that, as always. So that goes about there. That's fine. And then, so that drops. So that needs to go up to about. Let's look at the reference image. So that goes up to about there, maybe. Where's the cab window? Goes there. That's about right. I think that's about right. So that's fine. What we need is a red one. So shape 54 again. Is this shape 54? I think it is, isn't it? And we want a red. So it's quite a, it's not that red. Somewhere just below that. That will go with that. That looks alright. As you'll notice, I'm doing a lot of this by eye. And I will check it within the game. So I'll load it into the game. I'll check it with the lighting. If it needs tweaking, then I'll take it back to Livery Editor and I'll tweak it. So let's stretch that out. That needs to go goes above the yellow but below the black. So let's change that layer. So ad break is ending in about 30 seconds. So it needs to go like that. That then goes like that. That looks about right. About there, about there. There. Then we just stretch that out. Not like that. Like that. So we stretch that all the way along. As you can see, it's extending down the side of the train. Not going to worry about it going like over the grill, because I will sort the grill bit out anyway. And then like that. Projection settings, we'll set that to maximum, so that goes all the way around. Now, as you can see, we're starting to get that classic intercity livery look. So you can start seeing it coming together. And the next bit we need to do, if we need to do the rear section, there's like a rectangular section at the back, which is, like I say, that sort of more the greyish brown sort of colour, light yellow. I don't know. It's a strange colour. So again, we go with our favourite shape, shape 54. And we don't do that. Nope, not that one. We take that shape, we change it, we change the side. Change side like so. Confirm. And then we bring that down here. We move along to here and we just move it along. We just keep editing. No, we don't want to rotate it. That's me pressing the wrong button. We're not going to be too precious about the positioning of it. What we need to do is just bring that there like that. And confirm. Then we're just going to move that layer underneath there like that. Then we're going to edit the colour. Now it's sort of like a brownish yellow colour. Something like that, but not quite. That's fairly close actually, just by eye. That's pretty close. In fact, that's pretty much spot on. Yep. We just nudge that so it's sort of overlapping there. And then just move the camera along. How do I pan? Like so. There is no pan option, that's not working. So one of the most frustrating things with Livery Editor you'll find is that there are times where the camera does not behave and does not do what you want it to do. Like right now, I want to pan and I can't. So I've got this stupid edit layer shape thing right in the way of where I'm working. It's very, very annoying. I can't pan at all. So it's a little bit frustrating, but we'll have to just work with it. But now, what we need to do as well is, again, we need to extend that shape all the way through to the other side, and also around the back of the train, or around the back of the actual loco like that. So that's better. That looks all right. Let's check the reference image as well. Yeah. Now we also have one of these shapes at the top of the logo. So what we'll do is we'll just do that, move that up there. So we have a black, that actually extends down to the door like so. Because we do have a bit of roof to do. So it's about there actually. Yeah, that's about right. So that extends down both sides at the top, and then we'll do the roof as well. So the roof is black, but sort of not quite. We'll work out how to do that in a second. That looks okay, actually. Right, so let's figure out the roof. Again, we want shape 54. Shape 54, like Jason said, will be your friend within Livery Editor. You will find that you use it a lot. Extend that up to there, like so. And then I want to just play with the camera a little bit as we bring that down to about there. To about there. I think that looks all right. The problem I've got is I don't want it to extend past the back of the carriage itself, because I'm going to have to, yeah, okay. That's the problem. I kind of do, though. Projection settings. That, yeah, we'll figure that out. We'll figure it out. I might have to just do some work. Right, I don't want it to be at the front. So, we need to edit the shape. Because what we don't want is it coming all the way down to the front here and affecting the front of the train. So oh gosh, it's gone wrong. The camera angle is the problem. Oh. Oh. What I'm trying to do is right, projection. Let's have a look. I want that to cover that, that's fine. What I don't want is for it to... That's fine, we can work with that. Yep, that actually works, because it's there covering the top part of the train, so that's fine. We just have to fiddle with the projection and settings a little bit. But we're there now, we've got what we want. That looks about right. So we just edit the colour. We want a black, but we don't want a black. That looks all right, actually. There we go. So something like that, because you want the black on the side to be a more sort of painted black. That sort of black on the roof is giving it that sort of worn colour. It's metal. It's you know it's not a glossy painted sort of decal that you would get on site. So that's what we want. Go back to our reference image. So that actually stops just here, and then we want a yellow shape on the top of the cab. So the top part of the cab here is yellow, so we want a shape to cover that. Now we could go with our old friend shape 54. What we're going to do is we're going to just go with this one, semicircle. See how we get on with that. Let's move the camera along. So that's not going to work. I think maybe we do need shape 54. Let's change the shape. Let's delete that shape. Let's get a new shape. Let's go for shape 54 again. It's just our old friend. It works. And what have I done with the shape now? There it is. We'll zoom out. We'll move the shape along to here, like so. This is annoying. How have I done this? I've done this before and I can't think how I've done it. Let's wonder if it's to do with the projection settings again. It's not that. How have I done this before? Why is it not? We'll get there in a second. We'll figure it out. Quite annoying. Right. Let's fiddle with the projection settings again. Right, what I want to do that's right. Sort of. Nope. But what I need to do is just I need to extend that and then bring that forward. Right, okay. And as you can see, the camera angle is not helping at all. Let's bring that to there, like so. Okay. So it is a little bit of fiddling and manipulating shapes. I think we're more or less there. Let's have a look. I actually need to go further up. It's almost right. Almost right. We can work with it. So we change the color to our yellow that we set up before, like so. And because it doesn't come as far down, and we don't want the train to look brand new. We want the train to look new, not new. We want the train to look fairly used. We want to add some weathering. So we're going to do that next. I'm going to show you a little bit of weathering. Let me just find that shape again. One of the things I want to do is just okay. What was that? That's a little bit lower than it would normally be. That yellow. What we want to do next is I want to show you some weathering techniques just very quickly, and then we'll move on to doing the next bits of the train. So one of the easiest shapes to do to use for weathering and give it sort of that faded paint look is this one here. So let's move the shape, move the camera, zoom out. So we move this shape along here like so, and we'll just play around and manipulate this shape a little bit. Stretch that out like that. Change our camera angle, fiddle around with that a little bit. So as you can see, that at the moment is giving us a sort of fade. We want to change the colour and give it a sort of black, sort of a brownish sort of black colour, somewhere around about there. So we can sort of say, you know, where it's the exhaust and all of that is coming out, it's weathered it. If we put that there, it fades into the black on the side quite nicely. It's almost not visible, so you can sort of see it's looking, you know, the exhaust and all the rest of it is gathered in that where the bump is for the exhaust and all of that. So that's giving it a bit of a weathered look. It's already looking all right. What we could do now to add to that is let's put some paint chips in. So we want something that sort of looks a bit like chipped paint, worn paint. So we're looking for these shapes down here. Now these shapes are a mastery reward from Isle of Wight, I believe. So you want to move that down to here. Get our camera angle sorted out again. So I could just leave them here like this and manipulate them onto this panel here, which I might very well just do actually. We'll change the colour. We don't want them to be quite as severe as that, so we will do a sort of darkish grey, like so. So that's already looking sort of a bit sort of chipped and weathered and worn. You don't want to overdo it, but we don't want a pristine train. I like to have trains that look a bit sort of worn, a bit sort of weathered. They've been in use. I like to add a bit of weathering to my train. So I'm going to copy that shape again. It's Isle of Wight, so IOW07. So it is a mastery unlock. You need to have Isle of Wight 2, I think, but someone will correct me. And then what we want to do is we want to change the colour on this shape. So we'll go to our yellow, and what we'll do is we'll just add a slightly lighter yellow, just so that we can see it. Where it's being chipped and what have you. And we'll just start to manipulate that shape there. And we can always fiddle and change the shape. So that's looking okay. I just want to change the colour slightly. I also don't want it to be coming down past that sort of black there. So I think what I want to do is change the colour itself. I want to give it more of a sort of metal, like somewhere sort of resembling, you know, a mixture of dirt, rain specks, wood, paint chips, squash bugs. That sort of dirt and general wear and tear is what we're looking for. Maybe not that dark. So we'll just change that up a little bit like that. That looks all right. We'll just rotate that back around like so. So as you can see, it's starting to look well used, would be the word. Now we can do the same. We can sort of put this shape, take that and put that down the bottom, which we might very well do. Let's confirm that. Let's copy that shape. And what we'll do is, how do I do this again? Change layer. So we want to put that layer down there, like so. Why has it moved it there? Why is it there and not there? So we want it to be sort of here, around the front, like so. Why is it? Change layer, change decal, change side. I knew it was here somewhere. Like I say, it's been a little while since I've used Livery Editor. I've lost my touch. There we go. So if we put that here, it gives us sort of like some dirt splashes on the bottom part there. As you can see, it's starting to look a bit more realistic. It's looking a bit more worn and weathered and well used, which is what we want. It's been up and down the Great Western Main Line, back and forth, and it's just been thrashed up and down the line and not sort of had a chance to go into the depot for a good repaint. We want this to look worn. Let's do that. Right. Now, one of the other things we need to do is there's a shape where the exhaust grill is on the side, which splits our colours. So we'll take this shape again. We'll change our side now that we've remembered how to do that. And we will manipulate that shape. So we need to shear the shape. Shear the shape, shear the sheep, shear the shape. So that it's like that. So we need to call shearing, which just sort of warps the shape into what we want. And it is, that's like that, essentially. Edit that, make that a bit bigger. I don't think the angle's quite as severe as that. Kind of somewhere in between, like that. And that sits just... maybe not. It's a hard one, because the reference image I've got is not side on. It's sort of not quite front on, and it's not quite side on. It's sort of diagonally on. So we have to work with what we've got. I can probably find a better image. Let's just reduce that side. Somewhere I like that. That looks about right, actually. It's a weird one. It looks about right. Change the colour. We're looking for black. I'll go full black like that. Yep. Okay. And then, because of the way that you can see the colours underneath projecting through, we just need to change the projection settings. Projection angle, like so. And if I project it like that, it's not going to be... actually, that works. So that's fine. We do want that to be under our roof shape, so we need to just bump that up there like that. So it's going to be... oh, hello. Bump it up a bit further. We need to be above those shapes, but under that roof shape. Is that right? Is that... oh, that's annoying. Why is that happening? Right, we'll try and put a shape above that. So we'll just add a new shape. Shape 54 again. Like I say, we're going to use 54 almost exclusively for this livery. Shapes where there are a lot of curves and circles and things, I'll use a different shape, but anyone who's used Livery Editor will know that shape 54 is one that gets used a lot. So we want this colour here. Why is that not working? That's not. So that appears to be some kind of bug. As you can see, Not covering that shape. That's annoying. Okay, so it appears that there's some kind of really quite annoying bug going on there. That's frustrating. As you can see, this shape here hasn't covered this shape that I just made on the side, which I now can't find. This shape. Just watching and getting more tips. Yeah, it seems to be. If I move this shape down here like that, it's still there. Why is that? I don't understand why that shape. My roof colour. Now, I wonder if we change the colour of our paint to that, and then work with that. Let's just quickly save and exit. I didn't want to save and exit, but here we go. Right. What I wanted to do was just save. Roof over the top. Yeah, I tried putting a shape over the top of it. And then, oh, I know what you mean. Yeah. We'd like to say changes. No, I don't want to do that. So paint. I've painted that. That black actually looks better. The black that I've just done now. Right. Layers. Where's my... that one? It's still black. Why is that still black? That's quite annoying. Right. I wonder if it's this. I wonder if it is this just this shape. Let's delete that and have a look. No, it's not. It's not the shape on the side that's causing the issue. It's this. It's that grill itself. Yeah. Let's just have a look at the settings. Projection depth. So that hasn't changed anything. No. That is an issue with the actual model itself. With the actual the GWE 43 model. So it has an issue there. I'm going to just take a screenshot of that and pass that over to Dovetail later on. So let's go back out of here. Would you like to save changes? No. I'm going to load back in with the black shape on the side. Because the last thing I want to do is save what I've just changed. There we go. So we'll just have to work with that, I think, for now. There's just an issue with that. Layers. Can we now pan? So I've jumped back and forth. I jumped in and out of the Livery Editor. I'm wondering whether it will now let me pan. It will not. So that's annoying, and there's nothing I can do to it. So we'll just have to work with that. Whatever. we'll roll with it for now. Let's get the image back up. I have to keep unlocking my phone. And now we need to start looking at the details. So things like the lettering on the side, the swallow, which I do slightly differently every time I do it. I'm trying to remember how I did it last time so that I can show you. So we can either do the intercity with the double arrows, or we can do it with the swallow. I'd rather do it with the double arrows if I'm honest, but it's what you guys choose. So if you want the swallow, or the swift, or whatever it is, type swallow, swift, whatever bird it is.
Bird.
I think it's a swift. type that in the chat, and if you want the double arrows, put arrows, or put bird or arrows, and then we'll stick that on the side of this unit at the front, and then copy it to the rear. No, it doesn't need to copy it to the rear. It does it automatically on this. Yeah, so bird or arrow, and we'll do that, and then I'll get on and do the lettering. We'll give you a couple of minutes to decide. While you're deciding, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to arrow, says Dougie. So Dougie wants a double arrow livery. Anyone else? What I'm going to do, I'm just going to sort out these. So you see there's some grab rails on the side of the doors. So we're just going to do that very quickly. So add new. We'll go to here, shape. We want 54 again. And we're going to go along. We're going to leave that plain white. 7 of you here, only 1 of you has said arrows. Like I say, if you want, I really want that pan button to work. Please move along to there. Okay. Captain Jack, he said. Captain Jack Arrow. No.
Could be Sparrow, could be Bird.
Captain Sparrow. Not a sparrow, is it?
Yeah, but he's Jack Sparrow, isn't he? Could be Bird.
Yeah, but it's not. Jason's just being Jason. Yeah, I think that's the most polite way of putting it, to be honest. Pain in my rear end. Tash knows what I mean. High five. Yes. Oh, that's annoying. It needs to be just enough to cover that. But not so much that it actually... Oh, that was it. That was it. Right there. 41%. Like that. So it's not perfect by any means, but it's close. Sort of. From that angle, it looks alright. It's fiddly. There might be a better way to do it, actually. And then we move that to there. We need to tweak that. Decal options, projection settings. Oh, for goodness sake. It's proper fiddly getting these rails. That looks alright. Let's try that. The projection angle, what have we got? Confirm. That looks alright. We'll go with that. We'll get rid of that one. We'll copy this one instead and move this one back to there. Oh, yeah, there we go. It's not exact. It's a bit hit and miss. But it's close, and we'll go with it. It will work. It looks okay. So, you want the bird. So, that's 1 vote each. Arrow, bird. We need a deciding vote. Or we need more people to actually... We actually need to vote. We need a vote. We need a casting vote, as it were. We could ask Amelia, actually. She's here, so we could ask. Whether we do an arrow or a bird.
Amelia? Yeah? Arrow or bird? Pardon? Arrow or bird? Bird. A bird.
Why? She said bird. So we're doing sparrow, flying thing. Sorry, swallow, swift.
Sorry, Dougie.
Whatever bird it is, I'm sure it's a swift.
Doesn't matter. Sorry, Dougie.
Yeah, sorry, Dougie. Unless anyone else pipes up and says, actually, yeah, can you do the double arrows? What I might do is just show you how to do double arrows anyway. I might just do that. I'm sure I showed it before, but for those of you who haven't seen it, we'll get the double arrows done. So I'll do the other side bars in a second. Double arrows, let's have a go. In fact, I really rather hope that they've added that as a shape. No, they haven't. I'd love the dovetail to have added that as a shape, but they haven't. So there's a couple of various shapes that they've added. There's a Thameslink one. Southern, the Queen. She's dead now, but there we are. Overground, there we are. A couple of overground ones. Why is there two overground? They're exactly the same. Any reason why there are two overground signs, Jason? Overground, underground, underground, wombling free. Or is it underground, overground, wombling free? Underground, overground. Yeah. Wombling free. The Wimbles of Wimbledon, common are we? Red's old, orange is new. What? They're both orange. That's red, that's orange, and that's orange. They're both orange. There's literally no difference. Oh wait, no idea. You see what I mean? That's underground, that's overground, and that's overground. There's two overground. That's got to be. And there's three of them. Trains in World 4. Trains in World 4. That's okay, that's more. That's got white writing on a black background. That's got clear writing. That's that. That's that. And that's the same as that one there. Eh? And that is the same as that one. Right. Okay. Huh. There we are. For some reason, I've got more than one copy of stuff. Anyway, we're getting distracted. Double arrows. Double arrows. Now, there's a couple of ways to do it. You could use that shape there. What I tend to do is use our old friend shape 54. I'm going to just do a sort of small scale one. That lighting is awful on that side there. And we'll just sort of tweak it now. I'm trying to do this from memory, and often when I do it from memory, what happens is I get the thing the wrong way around. No, I need to copy that. I need to copy that shape. There we go. I'm trying to remember which way round it goes. Need to make sure it doesn't look like the SS symbol from the Nazi party. We don't want that. Don't want to be doing that. Okay, hang on. B, BR, double arrow. Yeah, okay, got it. We want to copy that shape again. And then you want to rotate it. And we want to... It's basically sort of shape manipulation. We want to shear the shape there to get the angle. And then you want to sort of fiddle around with it until it looks right. There we go. And as soon as the dovetail get their hands on or make an actual British Rail double arrow sign decal that we can use, the better, because I've made this decal so many times, and every time I'm like, it doesn't look right, and then I'm like, oh no, it looks okay, it's fine. confirm that, copy that, and then put that down there. Now, I know what you're saying. Probably all thinking, that doesn't look right. That looks too long. The angle's wrong. It is, but I'm trying to get the basic shapes first. And then we'll adjust the angle. So we copy that one again. And we move that up. And then what we're doing is that, essentially. So you can kind of see how to make it, and then all you need to do is tweak those shapes. You literally need 3 or 4 shapes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You need five shapes, all the same shape. You tweak it, you edit it, and then eventually, with a bit of tweaking and editing, I'm not going to do it now because I want to get on and do the swallow swift. But by tweaking and editing, you'll eventually end up with the British Rails double arrow. But that shows you roughly, you can sort of see that'll end up being, actually it's more like that. That'll end up being the British Rails, somewhere like that. So you see what I mean? It's by tweaking it and just playing around with the shapes, you'll eventually get that logo and you'll get the British Rails logo. So that's that. So that's, having shown you how to sort of work that, let's get rid of these shapes. Because what we're looking for now is to make the Swift. So what I'm going to do is do a quick Google. BR Swift. BR Swift. Not done it. That's brought up a picture of Taylor Swift and a Suzuki Swift. So that's not been entirely helpful. Swift livery. Let's try that. Okay. Let's bringing up images of the class Mark III coach. East Midlands Railway unveil iconic Swift intercity livery. East Midlands. Yeah, that's fine. I want a picture. The National Railway Museum. Okay. It doesn't actually say whether it's a Swift or a Swallow. I think it's a Swift. It would make sense for it to be a Swift. Right, I've got a reference image. Let's work with some shapes to create the Swift livery on the side. There. Right, okay, so we want a new shape. We want to go with, excuse me, a range of shapes. We're going to be using this group of shapes here. So this one here, this one, and potentially this one here. So they're all sort of curved shapes, which is what we're going to be using to create our Swift. And I'm very much convinced now that it is a Swift. So, first one, we want to make the head. So we're going to use this one. I'm going to rotate it. And we're going to try and bring this shape to here. Now, it doesn't look much like a bird's head at the moment, but it will once we are done. It will look like the Swift.
And not Taylor.
No, I mean if I can take this shape and manipulate it to look like Taylor Swift, then I'm in for making a lot of money. I can do a lot, but I don't think I can work miracles. I can't take a semicircular shape and turn it into Taylor Swift. No more so than you know, Simon Cowell can take a talentless nobody and turn him into a decent singer. But yeah, less said about the music industry, the better. And a copyright case too. Yeah. So we take this shape. That looks sort of manipulate that. This is a bit tricky. So we want to. I want to shear that shape ever so slightly, and then rotate it. So this is our sort of bird's head sort of shape. I know it doesn't look like a bird's head shape, but it will. We're looking for that sort of silhouette of the bird. So we start building that up. Talentless singer, Ryland Clark won't be happy with you. Well, he is a talentless singer. And then what we want to do is we take that shape that we just made and we flip it. Like so. This is our sort of bird, the beak shape. Actually more like that. And we sort of manipulate that again even more. Like so. And then we want another one. Not necessarily that shape. Actually, it can be. It kind of works. And we want sort of shape like that. It's sort of flat along the back, almost. Are you watching some kind of video in German?
No. I did.
Are you watching a video in German?
No. Watching some guy building a working theme park made out of Lego.
A working what?
I think it's going to be a miniature theme park, with working.
Oh.
Working rides made.
All right then. Okay. So then we take this shape and we're going to manipulate this shape. No, we're not. What have I done? Yes. So we're going to take this shape and we're going to sort of fiddle with that, shape it, resize it, and that will be our swift tail. So we're going to stretch that right out like so. Like that. It's not the easiest shape to do. We'll get there. That comes down around about there. Yeah, okay. Then we copy that and we'll mirror it. Oh.
Can you turn that down a minute? It's really loud.
And we're almost getting there. We're getting there. Like so. What we want is another shape. So we're going to start filling in and sort of building on what we've got with other shapes. And you'll think, what on earth is he doing? Why is he taking a shape like this and sliding that all the way up here? But you'll see, it will make sense. Right.
So I'm not sure how they want me to be able to do this with little.
Right. So, what we're going to do, like I say, we're just using whatever shapes we have to hand, really, copying shapes, and building the shape up to make our Swift. Now, if you've seen a Swift, what it is it's got these black lines streaking across it to break up the shape and make it a really sort of iconic Swift shape. So we'll do that in a second. I'm just working out how to do the wings. Because the wings are kind of the main, biggest sort of part. So, how have I done this before? I think I've used... There's a few different shapes I can use here. And it's finding the right one. That one looks interesting, but it's not quite it. Nice watching now, but cannot comment. It's not got the app. No worries, Nate. I can... Yeah. Thanks for messaging in in Discord, and thanks for popping in. You're not commenting. That's fine. Knowing that you're here is enough, right? So what we need now is move this shape. So we're going to try and manipulate this shape into our wing, like so. And then, not quite right. So we want this sort of forward sloping like so. We want that to be sloping like that. And then we'll build on that. And then copy that, and we'll stick that copied shape. We'll mirror it. And then we'll slide this shape up here like so. Now you're thinking, yeah, okay, I'm seeing it, but I'm not, but I am. It's getting there. What we need to do is we need to work on that. We need to copy that shape down to here to give us that sort of swept back wing look like so. So it's starting to come together, you can see. And then we'll take another one of these shapes. So we'll keep, what we're going to do is we're going to keep copying these shapes and building on that and filling in the shape. Just sort of like that a bit more, I think. Not going to be perfect, but it's almost going to be there. That actually works quite well. Almost there. I'd have lost patience by now. Yeah. So it needs to just tweak this shape a bit. That's actually not far off. Yeah, it's a weird shape. I think it needs to curve around this way a bit more. That's a weird shape. Like that, actually. It goes in like that and then it comes out like that. Almost, but not quite. Almost there. Okay, that'll do. Oh. Right, stay there. Right. And then copy that shape again. Edit. And then manipulate this shape so that it just feels that gap. Like that. Almost there. Yeah, it's close. It's a bit not quite. It's not quite there. It's I mean, that looks more like some kind of demonic seagull at the moment, or a pterodactyl, than a swift. But you guys, you'll have to sort of have a play. I'm giving you the ideas and the tools and the sort of showing you the techniques that I use. This isn't going to be perfect by any means, which is why I'd love better shapes. I'd love a proper sort of decal. There's a lot of things that I would like to see in Livery Editor to make livery designs somewhat easier. As good as this is, and as good as this Livery Editor is, I've seen better livery editors. I know, Jason, you know I've mentioned before the sort of Forza Livery Editor and how good that is. Oh, this is ridiculous. I think that's just going to have to do. Let's go back up here and edit that curve. It's not perfect by any means, but it's there. It's at a place where I'm more or less satisfied with it. What I want to do is just want to edit this head a little bit. It's not going to make an awful lot of difference. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to group all of these shapes to sort of make that group. You've lost patience by now. Yeah, there are times where I've lost patience and I've had to leave it and go away and do something else. Okay, where's the group button? It's down there, right. So that's our group. Grouping it does make it look even worse than it did before. It doesn't look spectacular. It's a bit of a rush job because I'm trying to show you guys quickly what's what and how to do it. I have done Swifts before in game, and I spent much more time on it. But I'm showing you quickly how to just sort of do a quick approximation of a Swift to sort of give it that look. Honestly, I'd rather not do the Swift. So then what we do is we take this and to make it look a bit more like the Intercity one, we are going to take a couple of shapes here that I want to use. Oh, no, not that one. And by using some of these shapes, we can get our sort of Swift. So it has almost like a strike through look. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this shape here. We're going to rotate that. I'm going to move that along. Oh, what? There are times where this Livery Editor is purely out to frustrate. The original Livery Editor I found was less clunky than this version of Livery Editor. This Livery Editor has its improvements, but I find it sort of less intuitive than the original, and I think, Jason, you feel the same, if I remember rightly. So as you can see, that shape's just disappeared. And the reason for that is that it's now the same color as the shape behind. So where's it gone? If we change the color back again, if we just make it red, stretch it out. Yeah, the camera was the biggest downgrade. Yeah, you're right. I've lost my shape. I've lost it. There it is. I can't. I can see what I'm doing. So my shape has now, like, completely transformed itself. I've got an ad break. What is going on with this shape? There we go. So somewhere in changing camera angles and things, I messed that right up. So I want to manipulate the shape. And the reason I want to manipulate the shape is so that we can give it that strike through look. So we're going to use a few of these, and we're going to give our Swift it sort of struck through lines, which you'll see on the real logo. If you look it up, you'll see that it does have these sort of lines going through. And by editing the shape that we're using here, for example, if we edit the shape, we can edit the spacing. So we can sort of make the Swift sort of have bigger sections, smaller sections, more spaced out sort of sections there. So we can do that. As if you look at the actual original Swift, you'll see that it has certain sections that. I'm just like I say, I'm just doing an approximation of it. It's not going to be exact, but it's going to be close. And we're just going to keep copying this shape to give us our approximated Swift, like so. You guys can have a go at it. You can probably end up doing something better than what I'm doing now. Like I say, this is a rushed job. I would probably, if I was doing this well, if I was doing this in my own time, I'd probably spend a bit more time on it, or I probably wouldn't do the Swift. I've done enough Swift intercity liveries now that I probably don't want to do anymore anytime soon. I think we'll leave that as that. That looks all right. And then what we want to do is we want to copy these shapes and group them. So if I ungroup this, and then we group, we'll select all of these shapes that we've just made. Yo, CGD, thanks for joining, mate. Better late than never, I always say. But you're here, and I appreciate it. Been at the niece's today. Oh, at the niece's birthday. No, that's all right. And happy birthday to your niece as well. I know she's not watching, but you can pass my my regards. You can pass my regards on, of course. So, I have just tried to group that and failed. Getting distracted by birthday wishes. Yeah. Oh, Lee, your porn in porn, P-A-W, P-A-W-N, not P-O-R-N. Your porn is serving me very, very well. I don't want that shape. I've forgotten the game. Dragon Dogma 2. I fought the troll. You know the section of a path when you're heading to the capital, and the Cyclops, not a troll, it's a Cyclops. I kept calling it a troll, didn't I? It was a Cyclops. It bursts out the rocks and attacks you. That that was an epic fight. I loved that. Your pawn, that's a whole new stream, mate. Yep. Your pawn was amazing. He talking about pawn. He, because I'm an archer, I was sort of up the hill a little bit, sort of shooting the Cyclops from the distance, and Lee's PAWN pawn was climbing onto the Cyclops' back and then stabbing it in the arse, which was hilarious. It's just hilarious to watch. In the bottom, because Amelia's still awake. Bum. Stabbing it in the bum, and I was just sat on a rock shooting arrows and laughing my head off because it was just the most hilarious thing I'd seen. This big burly guy in shining armor with a sword stabbing this massive Cyclops in the bum, in the butthole. It was just the funniest thing. It was like something out of Monty Python or something. It was great. So there's our shape with our Swift. That's our Swift, as best as we can do it. I think that's all right. We've done all right. We're doing all right. We've got about 20 minutes left. We started at 7, we finish at 9. So we've got about 20 minutes left to do a little bit more. And then what I might do is continue to work on this livery off camera, off stream. In fact, you know what? What we'll do is, you've seen how I create liveries. Why don't we show you one of my liveries in the game world very quickly? Why don't we do that? So yes, I'd like to save changes. Let's save that. I take it he is still with you as he hasn't returned. Who hasn't returned? I take it he is still with you as he hasn't returned.
Pawn?
Yes. Yes, your pawn. Yeah, sorry. Did you want him back? Sorry. I shall send him back to you at some point.
After you throw him off a cliff?
Leader pawn. Yeah, no, he's still in my party. I didn't realise I had to send him back.
You tell Lee that you threw him off a cliff?
I did tell Lee I threw him off a cliff, yeah. I was in the middle of a fight and I picked up leader pawn and threw him off a cliff to his death and had to resummon him straight away. So I went back to the village of Melv and used the wrist stone to summon Lee back. I was like, oh no, I've thrown him off a cliff. Brilliant. No, I can still use him. Just get a message when you have finished with him. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll do a bit more. Could do a part 2, finish in a few weeks to keep viewers in suspense. Yes. Yeah, we'll finish that livery off in a week or so, a couple of weeks or something. We'll come back to it, and I'll show you the progress, and 2, we'll carry on and we'll finish it. But right now, let's show you a livery that we have completed. To the trains. We will just, I think what we'll do is we'll just go to the training centre and we'll spawn in a couple of my liveries and we'll show you. So, we'll go to free roam. Do we want Central Square? Yeah, let's go to Central Square. Where do we want to start? We'll just start here. We'll go here. We'll go there. All this pawn talk. Yeah, stop talking about porn. There's children present. So we'll spawn here. Why can't I move? There we go. Oh, well, is the Easter egg event still happening? I think I might have turned that off, actually. I don't think. I did take part in it last year. So let's spawn in a couple of my liveries. So let's go for class 43. 43 GWR. Let's go search 43. Search. What? Oh, because it's not an 8. It's not a 43. It's an H. It's in here as HST. There we go. HST Mark 3. HST. What? Okay, fine. Confirm. Confirm. Fine. We'll do it that way. We'll filter diesel, and we'll go. We'll find something. 37. Why is it not classed as a 43? High-speed train, EMT. That's why. Because they put their weird codes on it. Liveries. ICE 125 Swallow. X-Country. X-Country. Inter 7. BR Intercity. GNAR. So I have downloaded a few Swallows. It's a Swallow. It's not a Swift. It's a Swallow. Livery Editor tutorial. That's the one we've just done. Where's mine? GNER. GNER is one of mine. And BR Intercity, I think that's mine. So we'll spawn in... Oh gosh. It doesn't want to spawn in. It's red. So we'll stick it over here somewhere. We're waiting for it to go green, essentially. Why is it not... There we go. It wants to spawn in through a building, but it doesn't want to spawn in an open space. Interesting. I finally had a 2-screen setup now. 1 screen for game and 1 for OBS. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I'm a long way off doing that sort of thing. Why did it want to spawn through a building? That's quite noisy. So this is the Intercity 125 livery that I created as featured by Tintin. As you can see, it's not loaded in particularly well. It's a double arrow. We'll climb aboard. And we'll get some shots. So as you can see, there's some weathering on the roof. There's some sort of faded paintwork. It's not spawned in particularly well. With this particular one from Skyhook, there was a graphical issue down here preventing me from putting the numbers in the right place. So the numbers on this one are here, when they should be down here. And then there was a bug that I had preventing me from writing the Intercity 125 in a lined piece of writing, so that should be sort of like a hollowed out sort of outline writing, but it's not. I've left it as it is for now. It's fine, it's close enough. And there's some weathering on it on the sides, around the exhaust, around the sort of front of the coach. It hadn't loaded in very well at all. And for some reason it has spawned through the building. As you can see. Why it's done that, I don't know. Get that. Engine off. No, we don't want the engine off. Reverse. Neutral. Forward. We'll move this forward and we'll get another livery out as well. We'll just spend a little bit of time showing you some of the liveries that I've created over the many years that I've been playing this game. Just stop there. Not the best emergency brake in the world, but still. So we've got the Intercity. Let's jump out of here. And we'll spawn something else in. What should we spawn? There's a couple of Class 20s that I've done. Class 20 liveries. Liveries? BR Blue. BR Blue weathered. So this is another example of weathering. Got that one thundering away there. That's just quite a beaten and rusted looking loco. We've got the double arrows there, all faded and weathered. One of my favourite ones, this one. I spent quite some time rusting this up and wearing it out, creating how it looks. So we've got that one. And what we'll do, just behind that, we'll spawn in another 20. Yeah, let's spawn in another class 20. We've got a BR Pink. We've got a Tech Services. This is a good one. That's another class 20 in Tech Services. We'll spawn one more 20. This one was just for a bit of fun, just to see if I could do it. Up 20. Let's spawn this in. Those of you who have played on any American routes or with American freight or fans of American railroads will instantly recognize this livery. Oh yes, it's a Union Pacific Class 20. They don't have such locos in the Union Pacific Railroad, but I thought it would work as a bit of fun. It was a bit of a challenge for myself to see if I could do it, and I could. So there's that. What we'll do in front of those, this is going to get quite noisy. Just got all these diesels running around. It's not just diesels that I've done, but just showing you some of the liveries I've created. What else have we got? I haven't made any class 385. Oh, there's a 395 livery that you guys might enjoy. Find a class 395. Have quite a lot of noise going on there. There's all those diesels. High-speed train GWD. Where's a class 800? Class 801. There we go. So some of these are ones that I've downloaded from other people. This is one of the ones I've made. There we go. That took a little while to think about it and spawn it in. So there's the Great Western Railways train bow. It's been modernised since then, but this was the original train bow livery. GWR. So there's that one. What else have we done? Oh, we've done some paces. A couple of paces we've done. 142. I think it's that one. Yeah. Northern Arriva? No, those aren't mine. First Great Western. As I live in the Great Western region, we got some Great Westerns. So there's a Great Western Pacer, and then behind that we'll stick a GWR one. Why not? 142, Provincial. Arriva Green GWR Pacer. There we go. There's a GWR one. I'm kind of trying to work out what else. Well, I've done loads of liveries. Oh, there's a couple of 47. Yeah. Well, let's take this Pacer. No. In fact, I'm going to walk away and I'm going to walk down here. Now, the reason why is that it's quite annoying. That's quite a nice view, that. Looking back and seeing that intercity. We'll stick something here. 166. Have I done any 166s? I don't think I have. I'm looking for the 395. There it is. AWC Pride. That's one of Jason's. That's one of Jason's. That's one of Jason's. That's one of Jason's. There's one of mine. A tribute to Mallard. This took a phenomenal amount of time and effort. But it is, because we didn't have an 800, isn't in Livery Editor. Yeah, thank you, Jason. I did forget. Because we didn't have the 800 at the time, and I wanted to do a tribute to the Mallard, the world famous steam locomotive, and in a conversation with Matt Pendleton that I had, we were talking about the Mallard and how cool it would be if someone made a livery as a tribute to the Mallard on, at the time, the 395. We didn't have the 800. And so, me being me, I went ahead and made it. So it's number 4468 at the front. It's painted, the front leading unit, the cab, is painted to resemble the speedy shape of the A4 Pacific, the Mallard. So it's in the right blue, it's shaded, it's got the classic sort of shape as it would have the red wheels, famous red wheels. Put my teeth back in. And then, as a real tribute to the original, the wooden coaches. So these would have been timber framed coaches, teak or oak or whatever it was, with LNER printed on the side. So what I've done is I've taken these coaches and given them a sort of wooden effect with the sort of trim, the paint trim, and wood effect on the doors, and that goes all the way down, all the way down. Hours and hours and hours it took me to do this. It's not something that I want to remake. I mean, I probably could. I don't want to because it took so long. And then it has the Mallard back at the back. So whichever way it's running, it's paying tribute to the classic steam locomotive. So let's move down here, and we'll spawn another one in. What else have I done? Oh, 47. So I did start a project for myself that I never actually finished, with some Class 47s, of which I have got quite a few. In reference to Lee's upcoming, I presume, upcoming Hotel Renovator video, and the recent film coming out, here is the Ecto 2. Yep. So this is your ghost-busting rail vehicle with some Ghostbuster logos on the back. That's very pixelated. And yes, I did make that ghost myself in Livery Editor from the various shapes that you've seen me use tonight. So there we go. It's got various sort of 3D effect pipes on it, canisters on the roof, slime. It's got a whole lot going on. Who are you going to call? Ghostbusters. We'll get another 47. It's going to get loud again because all these 47s being spawned in. 47 blue. That's that one. We've got GWO, we've got Intercity. So we've got a couple of Intercity ones here. Spawn that one in. There's the Intercity with the double arrows. So we've got an Intercity livery with the double arrows. I'm basically going to spawn stuff in until it crashes at this rate. What else? We've got an Intercity copy. I think this one's got the Swallow on the side, Swift. So as you can see, there's a Swift. Again, different to how I've done it before. But that is the Swallow. Let's just delete some of these. We'll delete those. We'll move down here and we'll spawn in another one. I'm not going to run out of things to spawn in, don't you worry. And then we've got... Oh, this one has been quite famous. This one's been quite enjoyed. Pringles. Once you pop, you can't stop. There you go. Our Pringles advertising train. As part of... so, Pringles and Dovetail partnered up for... I think it was Train Sim World 3. They had a competition where you could be put into the game. And funny enough, the guy who won, I've not seen him appear in the game since. It was quite interesting. But I actually, I made this livery, I posted it to Dovetail and Pringles, and entered the competition, and I was in the top 6 So I was in the final 6 in the running to win that competition. Unfortunately, I didn't win, but I still had a lot of fun creating this livery. A lot of fun. And it's done alright. It's done alright on Livery Editor. So there's that one, just a bit of fun. Hashtag stay in the game was the hashtag that they asked us to use. Go down this way. We'll spawn in one more 47, and then we'll show you something else. Oh, this one did quite well as well. The Rail Operation Group Jack Frost. Thank you, NHS. So there is that one. Go down this way a little bit more. And spawn in one more, I think. What have we got? A couple of Class 150s. I know nobody's really a fan of those. Northern Royal? Northern Royal? That's not one of mine. I don't know what those are. I think it might be Jason's. First Great Western, that's one of mine. So we've got a First Great Western. That actually needs some work. It's bugged out. Alright, we'll get rid of that one. That didn't work. 150. 150. Okay. This one. Hopefully this loads alright. No, that hasn't loaded properly either. Okay, so there's a few liveries I need to go back and fix. Maybe all these 150s are bugged out then. That's annoying. It's got, oh, Class 66. Now I've got to remember which Class 66 it is. Not that one. Is it that one? Is Freightliner. Oh, here we go. We're ready for this one. This one's famous as well. Ready? Go. Oh yes. What a way to end the evening. South Coast Ambulance Service, NHS Emergency Ambulance, NHS Non-Emergency, call 111, emergency dial 999. This is hashtag Trainbulance. Oh yes, it's a train and it's an ambulance. It is Trainbulance. If I can actually climb up it and get in. Oh yes. Like what you're seeing, don't forget to smash the follow button. Exactly. You're right there, Jason. Smash that follow button. Let's get some more follows. We're at 111, which is appropriate because we're driving the Trainbulance, or we're finishing with the Trainbulance anyway. Let's get this thing going. We'll just quickly, we'll do a little sort of 3-minute run up to the end of the line. Let's release the brakes here. Why is that not working? Release the brakes. You have to hold it until... So, Harry, if you're here and you're watching, this is how you do the braking and get that working on the 66. So that's there. That's forward. And then you throttle up. So you make sure your brakes are... Why are my brakes? The brake pressure's gone weird. I think this is the one where I have to cut in the brakes. Anyway, right, we're going to derail. Oh, we didn't. But there we are. We can play with the horn and pretend we're an ambulance. there we are, that's it, that's 9 o'clock. That's our triangulance, that's our livery editor stream for today. What we'll do is we'll do another livery editor at some point. Oh, I forgot to show you the top. There is a top bit. We had a number on the top. Like so. 66999. Or 66999. Because why not? So yeah, that's that. That's our livery editor stream. That's our livery editor. One of our liveries. That's really it for the evening. I'm sure I'll be back again soon. Keep your eyes on the socials, on Discord, etc, etc, etc. Follow me on Threads. That's where I seem to post most things for the channel now, on Discord. And I'll see you all soon. Thanks very much for watching. Take care for now. Bye bye.